Hey guys, Jesse Casillas here, and I'm here to explain the differences between specific and external environments of an organization, and then answer a few questions such as challenges of managing diversity and recommendations I might have for an organization to effectively support and manage diverse workforce. And then I'll provide some evidence to support my response. So let's go ahead and dive right on in. First, the very differences of specific and external environments. I'll take a look at specific first. This would be in regards to the organizations, groups, and persons of an organization that they must interact with in order to be profitable, to prosper, to be successful. And some examples of these are customers, because without the customer, they wouldn't have someone to sell their products and services to. So they need customers. And then where do they get these products and services from? Their suppliers are a big part of that. Um, from the suppliers, they may gain their raw materials or partially assembled products. So they're constantly dealing with these suppliers in order to satisfy their customers. They deal with competitors, which is a part of their specific environment. And they do this uh, not necessarily directly, like as if they're going to go ahead and call these individuals and talk with them on the phone, but they're constantly competing with them in regards to pricing or target market and whatnot. And then lastly, regulators are a part of this specific environment. These regulators provide policies and certain regulations that apply specifically to these organizations. And then general environment, this is simply everything outside of what I just stated. And it falls within the cultural or economic, legal and political or educational conditions that affect this environment. And so, on to the next prompt here. What are some challenges of managing diversity? Well, first, diversity is a term used to describe differences among people, such as gender, race, age, ethnic culture, able bodiedness, religious affiliation, and sexual orientation. Workplace diversity would also add to this list religious beliefs, education, experience, and family status. Some of the difficulties that an organization might run into would be sexual harassment, pay discrimination, cultural jokes, job discrimination, and then also the next prompt here is my recommendations for an organization and to effectively support and manage a diverse workforce. Regards to managing a diverse workforce, our Roosevelt Thomas states the ability of developing a work environment that works for everyone. Um, um, what an organization would utilize, or some ideologies that are used are affirmative action, which is the hiring and promoting of women as well as minorities, valuing diversity and managing diversity. Um, So, a couple recommendations that I would give would be to implement diversity in the hiring process, to do this right from the get-go, um, as well as implementing policies, continue with sensitivity training that some organizations currently have, and then to also create tasks and projects that require diversity. Um, Such as maybe uh, having certain groups engage in international relations, or projects that would give them a better perspective of different cultures. And when management properly manages workplace diversity, they do end up with a competitive advantage, because they end up with a mixture of talents and perspectives. Um, and then finally, some evidence to support this would be Disney. Disney does require a diverse workforce to be successful in their films and their parks. And as I mentioned just earlier about implementing diversity in the hiring process, I think they do this quite well, because they do need very different people in order to accomplish their goal of making a successful environment at their parks, or to create a film that depicts a very specific ideology and to get their point across. So in this video, I explain the differences between specific and external environments, some of the challenges managing diversity, and then some recommendations and evidence to support my response. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you soon. God bless.